Hello everyone, and welcome to another video, and welcome to Harrison Smith, episode 4. At the end of the last episode, I told you they were going to get into a fight in this episode. Well, here it comes. I nearly left it out, but so many people have commented in the past that they can't understand how I don't get cross with some of the scammers. Well, here it is. I lost my rag with this one. Our man was trying to get Denise to text him her address. So finally, she did. His reply, very patronisingly, was, "Good, darling. Now send the card numbers like this too." "You said you didn't want it any more," she said. "I gave it to Benji and Freddie yesterday." Remember, she'd bought him a £50 Steam card, and when he refused to call her, she said that she would give it to her grandsons. Can you get £2,000 tomorrow, darling?" he asked. "I spoke to an agent in your country already. He's going to get everything ready for me to get there." "You're going to send me £2,000? said Denise. Why do you need an agent?" "He's going to help me with all I need over there," he said, "including car that will take us round the city." "Good morning," he said later that afternoon. "You're going to send the money to the agent over there. I'm going to give you that back when I come. I'm going to give you his address so you mail to him. I want him to start preparation immediately." "Can't wait to get there," he continued. "It won't be long, will it?" said Denise. "Yes, darling," he said. "Soon." And then, an hour later, when she hadn't answered him, "Guess you're busy today." "I'm here," said Denise. And he disappeared for 2 hours, and then came back and said, "What have you been doing, darling?" Denise, of course, wasn't online, and so early the next morning he texted her again and said, "Hello, darling." And I'm only showing you this really boring bit of exchange because that was where their fight started. "Good morning," said Denise a couple of hours later. "How are you?" he asked. "I'm just having breakfast. How are you?" "I'm fine too," he said. "You were not online yesterday. What happened?" "Yes, I was," said Denise. "I sent you several messages yesterday. What are you talking about?" "After we talked," he said, "you never came back online." "I do have a life, you know," she said. "Just spend your whole life with nothing else to do than be glued to your screen. It's very bad for you, you know. Benji and Freddie are only allowed 3 hours a day." "What do you mean, bad for me?" he asked. "How can you do your job if you're staring at your screen all day?" asked Denise. "Or talk to your friends, or get exercise, or do all the other things you need to do. Some of us actually have a life, you know." "I'm here only on my free time," he said, "so don't tell me what you don't know about me." "So why are you complaining about me being not online all the time? If you tell me your free times, I can be here when you are, and stop being rude. So tell me what times you're on here. But that's another question you won't answer, isn't it? Or if you do answer, you'll tell me you didn't say what you actually said. Because I know how it goes now, don't I? You type something, then tell me you didn't say it." "You really are something else," he said, and then 12 hours later sent her a graphic that said LOL. "What's funny?" asked Denise. And then he called her, and here comes that fight. "Hello, darling."
Hello,
Are you there? Can you hear me?
I guess your son told you not to chat me anymore.
Sorry, say that again, darling.
What happened?
What do you mean, what happened?
You've not been right to me. I thought your son told you not to write me again.
Sorry, I didn't understand that, darling.
Did your son ask you not to write me anymore?
My son? What do you mean?
You stopped writing me.
No, I haven't.
What are you doing?
I sent you a message this morning asking you what was funny. You haven't answered me.
Or let me get back to you.
Hello?
What the hell?
Why are you being so stupid and rude? You're a horrible man, aren't you?
Can you just quit saying that to me? I hate insults, okay? I don't
Well,
like that.
well, you are, aren't you? I said to you, what's funny? And you didn't answer me. And now you're saying I stopped talking to you. And that's just
Listen
because
to
you
me.
were too lazy to answer me, isn't it? So you're blaming
Listen
me
to me.
like you always do.
Listen to me. You said what's funny. I said low because you stopped talking to me. That was why I sent that to you.
Yeah, I
So
said to you, what's funny? And then you've accused me of not talking to you because you didn't answer
listen,
me when I said, what's funny, did you?
I
Until just
I
now. And now you're pretending that you answered me when you know perfectly well you didn't. And you're making stupid accusations because you were too lazy to answer me. So grow up and man up and admit that you were wrong.
what's wrong with you? I'm not
You,
wrong. You said you didn't know. Listen to me. You just sent me that was funny. I said because you stopped talking to me.
I,
That's what's funny.
I said to you, what's funny after you posted
Yeah,
LOL? And now you're asking me why I'm not talking to you. And the reason I'm not
yeah.
talking to you is because you didn't answer me when
Wrong,
I
okay?
said, what's funny?
Yeah, you said what's funny.
Yeah,
And I
and you
said
didn't
to you
answer
that
me.
listen to me, you said what's funny. And the only thing that's funny right here, right now, is that you stopped talking to me. That was why I asked that. Did your son ask you to stop talking to me?
I didn't stop talking to you. I typed to you very clearly, what's funny? And you didn't answer me. And then
I
you...
did. Listen to me. You said what's funny. And I said you stopped talking to me.
You
That's
did
what's
not.
funny here.
You show me where you typed that.
Can you just read back to the chart? You're gonna see what I said. What's funny is that you stopped talking to me. Alright? That was what funny. That was why I sent that note to you, okay? So don't get me
You
wrong, alright?
didn't. You did not. You're lying to me as usual. You said LOL. I said, what's funny? And then you called me and accused me of not talking to you. You did not say to me that you were said LOL because I'd stopped talking to you. You're just a liar, and if you can't stop lying, I don't want to
What's
talk to you
wrong with
anymore.
you? What's wrong with you? You're just getting me all wrong, okay? You said what's funny. I said the reason why I sent that to you is because you stopped talking to me, okay?
You did
So what's
not.
that you can't understand there?
You did not say that, darling. You called me. I said, "What's funny?" Yes, and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
called me. You then called me and said, "You're not talking to me anymore."
No, no, you're getting me wrong. I
I'm
said
not.
you stop. Listen, I said you stop talking to me. That was right funny.
You
Alright?
didn't.
I never said I was.
You
No,
started
no, no,
asking.
no, 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 no. You're getting me wrong here again. I said what's funny is because you stopped talking to me.
You didn't. You
Alright?
said, "I guess your son asked you not to talk to me anymore."
Yeah, exactly. I asked you, did your son ask you not to talk to me anymore?
Oh, I never said that. I asked you what was funny, and you didn't answer me until you called me and accused me of not answering you. You're just lying as usual, aren't you, darling?
I did outside you. You're getting me wrong here. You said
Do you
what's
know
funny,
what?
right?
Do you know what?
Listen to me.
Do you know what,
Listen to me. You
darling?
said,
I've had enough of you. If you can't man up and just admit that you made a mistake, I really don't want to talk to you. You're a lying toad, and you're just a childish idiot, aren't you? A real man would just say, "Oh, I'm sorry, darling, I got it
you know
wrong." But you can't admit that, can you?
listen to me. You're having this problem of understanding. I told you that before. It is very simple. You said what's funny. I said you stopped talking to me. That's what's funny, okay?
All right, well, if
That's
you
you.
think me not talking
That
to you is
that's
funny,
just
then ha ha, very funny, hysterical.
listen. Must we quarrel all the time? Must we argue?
Well, you know, you all perpetually, every conversation we've had, darling, you've told me one thing and then changed your mind. So from now on, I'm not going to believe a
Yeah.
word you've
No,
said.
no, 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 no. The problem here is that you always get me wrong, and this is very bad. You just have to read my text more and over again before you text me back.
What
All
you
right,
mean I
so
should?
stop bringing arguments and all those stuff, okay?
You mean I should read your
Like,
text and assume that you didn't mean what you said? Because that's what I'll do from now on.
okay? Is that what you want to do?
It is, darling, yes.
All right, if you say that's what you want to do. But
So
let me tell you
whatever
something,
whatever
yeah?
you type, I shall assume
You
that you mean
just,
the opposite.
if anytime I send you a message, make sure you read that message, understand, before you reply, so we don't argue no more, okay?
I will, and I'll assume you mean the opposite. Like when you said you were leaving at 11:45, your flight was leaving at 11:45 on Friday. I shall now assume
Yes.
you didn't mean that, because obviously you didn't, because you hadn't booked it.
I told you, you've not booked it. I told you about the agent already. You never asked me about the agent. You never asked me anything. You just stopped talking to me. So I was like, maybe someone asked you to stop talking to me.
Next time, and when you said to me I'm paid $4,500 monthly, you didn't mean that either. So again, I'll just assume that anything you say you don't mean.
No. Do you know I told you that when I come over, I'm going to show you everything that you need to know, okay? So you can stop arguing with me, all right?
Oh yeah, and I should just assume that everything you show me means the opposite of what it says.
Not opposite, all right?
Yeah.
Not the opposite.
So I shall now assume you don't like cheeseburgers, so I'll make you chili con carne instead.
Sure?
I said I shall assume you don't really like cheeseburgers, and I'll make you chili con carne instead.
No, that's my favorite cheeseburger.
No, well, you know perfectly well you don't mean that, darling, any more than you mean anything else you've said.
Listen to me. No, I do. That is my favorite cheeseburger, McDonald's. And you promise to even prepare homemade food for me, right?
Well, I might have said that, but a bit like you, you can never know whether what I'm going to say from now on is real, can you?
Okay. You know what's going to happen right now?
Yeah, you're going to ring off, hopefully, darling.
No, I just have to call you back in the next 5 minutes, so I have
Yeah.
a call right now.
Well,
So I'm going to chat you up, then I'm still going to call you back, okay?
Well, you know perfectly well you won't do that either, will you, darling? How many times have you told me you're going to call me in 5 minutes, and you never have?
Don't worry, I'm going to call you back, trust me.
No, I don't trust you, darling. I don't believe you.
You don't trust me, yet you call me darling?
I call everyone darling.
No, the wish is no. You call someone you love darling. You don't just call anyone you see darling. But trust me, I'm going to call you back, okay? I'm going to call you back.
Well, I don't believe you, but you can say that if you want to.
All right. Thank you for not believing me, but I'm going to call you back.
Right, I'll set the timer, darling.
Did you contact the agent I asked you to?
What agent?
The agent? Oh, we never talked about that anymore, right?
How can I contact someone I don't know anything about?
Okay, that's true. You're right. All right. Okay. I'll call you back, okay?
Yeah, I don't believe you, darling.
I will. Trust me. I will call you back.
Yeah, if you say so, darling.
All right.
And now for a question. Did he call her back in 5 minutes? Did he call her back? No, of course he didn't. Good morning to you, he said the next day. How was your night? How was yours? Said Denise. You didn't phone me back in 5 minutes, did you? I knew you wouldn't. And then he said, I want you to contact the agent today. Okay, said Denise. I already told my company about my vacation to England, he said, and they approved of it. That's good, said Denise. If you're ever talking to someone online who starts telling you things such as they've got to apply to their company and pay for vacation, or their company has approved their vacation to England, it's fairly certain you're talking to a scammer. Most companies don't want to know where you're going on vacation. They just need to know what times you're taking leave from work. I'm giving you the agent details, he said. He needs to begin immediately. Okay, said Denise. A while later, he said, Is the bank closed over there? I think my bank closes at 5 p.m. Why? She said. Can you go to the bank now? I need him to start immediately. I could get the bus at 3:30, said Denise, if I leave in the next 5 minutes. That's a real 5 minutes, not one of your 5 minutes that lasts forever. So you'd better tell me what you want me to do when I get to the bank, and you've only got 3 minutes left. You have to go now, he said. "But what do you want me to do when I get there?" she said. "What's the point of just randomly going to the bank? It's too late now." "You need to withdraw the money first," he said, "then mail it to his address immediately. He said he needs to go get everything done by tomorrow." "It's too late now," said Denise. "The bus has gone, so it'll have to wait until tomorrow." "Okay, darling," he said. "I should have told you earlier. But our time difference." "Just once," she said. "It would be so nice if you actually did what you say you're going to do, but I know that won't ever happen." "I swear on Son's life, I'm honest with you," he said. "I'm going to make myself a cup of tea," she said, "and there's no need to bring your son into this. That's uncalled for." "What are you doing now, darling?" he asked an hour or two later. "Waiting for you to send me the details of your agent," she said. "What are you doing?" And so he sent the details of a money mule in Belfast in Northern Ireland. For once, it wasn't bank account details, it was a physical address, because he wanted her to put the money in an envelope and post it. Denise had had enough of him by then, and so we ghosted him. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, please share it with your friends, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in another video.